Welcome back, my crafty friends. It has been a while, right? I had to just take a step away from the whole daily December thing. I ended up actually getting a really weird bout of headaches for about a week and a half. I think we finally figured those out, and then it was like so close to Christmas, and I just really wanted to enjoy the holiday season. So I decided to take a step back. You can do this in the next week or two after Christmas, or even further down the line. And that way you can just really enjoy it instead of, having to constantly stress about it. So that might have been because I tried to do this easy page for day 5, air quotes. It ends up being day 6, and literally every single step I did was a struggle. So as you can see there, all I did with this one is take a picture of some gingerbread waffles that we made this day and print them out, put journaling around the plate. I really like this, like, very classic, or just like modern look, I guess. I don't know. Magazine style look, I guess. And stamp gingerbread waffles over here. Use that big 5 and call it good, really. I really wasn't even, my journaling is all the way across. And it just, when I went to go stamp it, I don't know what was going on. I was even using like Stays On ink. That paper just did not like it. So I went to a white cardstock and printed out my journaling on the white cardstock. Going to cut my picture from the photo paper because I was trying to stamp directly onto the photo paper is what it was. And I don't know, like most of the time it works just perfectly, and today it just was not. So do that. Well, you're going to see here I am cutting that out. So that I was like, okay, great. It will add some dimension to the page, like all is well, right? I was trying to get away with not doing all that. I didn't care about dimension. Really, I could use a little less dimension going on right now. Because I did not order 2 albums. I only have 1. So here I am, going to put that down. And then I go and start doing the whole gingerbread waffle thing again. And I did not put it high enough, and you're going to see where I struggle, and I'm figure out that I'm going to run into the picture. Like, I'm telling you, everything that could go wrong on this was going wrong, and it was supposed to be the easiest thing in the world. So, all right, so I'll let the video catch up. Okay, so here I go. I'm stamping. The stamping still did not turn out. Like, that stamp was amazing. And then this side of the paper was just not. I don't know. I don't know if I was stamping on the wrong side of the paper. I have no idea. I was getting so frustrated. So now I've messed it up. Oh no, I think I did pretty well with double stamping that. Can't wait to get a Misty stamper or something along the lines. I actually ordered one yesterday, and it should be in today. And here I go. So I thought I got it high enough, even for like the G, but this stamp is very high and very low. So you have to like really watch out for that. And you will see that once I get to this part, I'm like, that G is totally going to run into my writing. Like, if it was just the photo, I might have just let it go over top of it. But because it's the photo, like, because there's journaling in the photo, I'm like, I can't do this. So here we go. We are going to scrap this whole project again. And I come to use a bunch of scrap. So, yep, I spilled coffee. Don't worry about that mess. I'm just using that as a ruler, pretty much. I took another piece of paper, and here I am stamping this title for the umpteenth time. At this point, I should have just done this in Photoshop, the whole thing in Photoshop. I was just trying to get a little bit of dimension, and like, you can tell that this is days later actually, because my hair is now highlighted with purple. I've like taken days away from this project because I was like, what in the world is going on? I repositioned the plate also and just did it like center wise, and it's finally coming together. So, but I do have to figure out what I'm doing different for my numbers and all of that kind of stuff. And you'll see that coming along here. And it ends up coming together like I really wanted it to, very easily. The only thing that I messed up on is that I didn't push the title over to the right way. So I started directly in the center and forgot about that I would need to have holes, and I just didn't want the holes to be so far over there by that D. So what I end up doing is changing this from day 5 to day 6 because I don't really care. It's not that big of a story that it needs to be put on day 5, and make this day 5. So on to day 6 here in a few, but I'll let you finish watching this part because I do fuss and fight with a few embellishments from the feature craft line, I believe. And then I go back to choosing a number and just putting one of the hearts from the Ellie Edwards collection underneath of it. And I think it turns out great. Even though I do love that 6 over there, I thought it was a little too big, covered up all the gingerbread ones. I end up picking the black one. Like I said, using one of the hearts from the Ellie Edwards. Yeah. Kit, and calling it good. So I really loved that red skinny labels. I loved the pop of red. I wanted to use more red because of the plate. I didn't have anything really to put in it. And I couldn't really figure it out. You're going to see like I cut it in half and I probably shouldn't have. And end up going with just like a red phrase sticker. But yeah, I probably could have just left it and tried to figure out something to put it on there, but I decided to save it. But I did really love that pop of red label. I could have done it, but it is what it is. So, but there we go. We are starting to come together. You're going to see me still fuss and fight. I really wanted to use those baking stamps from L Studio, I believe. They were just so cute, and I planned on using them with the other one. I really planned on putting them all down that edge, but once I changed this layout, it was, just didn't work. I did think that that label just was like crunched in there a little too much, like it was like forced. That's why I ended up cutting it in half. But then I should have not cut it in half. I should have cut it like 3/4, because then it just didn't fit, and then I was going to be like, oh, well, I could add it to the top and then to the bottom, but I didn't have enough room on the bottom. I'm telling you guys, I probably overthought this spread way too long, especially since it was supposed to be an easy peasy one, and it, like I said, it ends up coming out just fine. Alright, so we're just going to put that back into the album. Looks fantastic, and start working on day 5. So I did pop this in here because this one also I wanted to have just an easy put together page. At this point, I was in the mindset that I was going to keep on working through this and the whole season. So I was just like, yes, I'm in need of 2 easy pages that need to just get put together. So I was trying to, well, this, I think Allie used this in one of her, yeah, she put them across the bottom. This part I always call is like my crystal I'm gonna horrible pronounce her last name. Inunante, I think is how you pronounce it, somewhere in there. I'm going to channel her energy because this is how she kind of scrapbooks. She kind of like bullet list out and when it's not October daily or December daily. And I was going to channel a little bit of that. So I end up going with this. I use those gold numbers to cover up the other numbers, but I use that cutout, the December moments cutout you just seen, and just cut out those squares. I should have cut out a little bit of the outline to just kind of make them pop a little bit more, but again, it's no big deal. If it gets really on my nerves, maybe I'll peel them back off and like ink them or something like that, but it's all good. So we just put I put 3 things about what's going on in our December right now that isn't Christmas, and the fact that, you know, we have basketball practice and we have baseball workouts and that kind of thing that kind of are taking up a little bit more of our time in December than we're normally used to. But it is also a huge break for us because we normally have baseball all the time. And so November and December are usually a pretty good break for us. Okay, so if you watched my other day four, I think it is. If you watched that one, I ended up using the bottom of a Felicity Jane paper because I loved the little scallops, so which means this side needed scallops, so I just did that. I cut that all out, and that's what you see me kind of prepping right there. Then I laid these 1, 2, 3. I used the Black Story heart in that place, that bare spot. Obviously, I can't find it right now. It's underneath there. You're going to see me lift everything up. All right, and we like the look of that. I'm going to bring in that black 5 that you see sitting there from Felicity Jane that we were going to use on the other spread. I just liked it. It worked well with each other. And pretty much call it good. We're going to just tape down everything, and that will be day 5. Oh, I do put a little phrase sticker over the number 5 just to bring in a little bit of more red from his jersey. But other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope to get some more videos up as I work through days 7 through 20 something. I haven't decided if I'm going to stop at 25. The last time I went through everything, I felt like I had a few more stories that I needed to get in there, but you know, once I get to the end of the project, we'll see how we're kind of feeling if we want to keep on adding a few more stories. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new. I am still working towards 500 subscribers. I'm super close, and that would be amazing to kind of get there. I thought I would get there quicker, but because I stopped doing videos, obviously, that didn't work out so much. So thank you guys so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.